Got a lot to talk about here, and don't know if I'll get to it all right now. But I've been all day back and forth from Lowe's to the van, and I'm going to start getting some videos. I'll start getting this stuff done of things being, and nothing's really going on right now except just trying to figure out where things are going to go and measuring things. That's the cool thing about this is I got an imminent amount of possibilities. I was just talking to my friend of mine that's going to help me do a lot of this stuff, and it's going to be a new experience for him too, but he hasn't done near the research on this or anything that I have, so he's just like, I'm looking for you to be the sensei on this. I said, no, I'll be more like the damn guinea pig, even though I feel like I got a master's degree in this shit to build this. But I think I said on the last video that I'm going to keep the panels that I've got, those black panels, I'm going to insulate, put them in, and then keep them on the lower, and then I've switched to have to use Luan 1/8" plywood for the up on the walls. Just looking at a lot of stuff where I'm gonna have to get crevices, and I think it's just where the wool's gonna have to go, and then trying to do unique cuts. It's gonna be templates like over the door, these little insets where Luan panel will go. We're gonna have to cut that and then paint it and then put it in, because I'm not painting inside that van if I can help it. Like I said, I'm using vinyl plank for the flooring, and that nice flooring, I just do not want to get paint anywhere in there. But again, that's, might be petty, might be being petty on that. It may be a little bit much. I mean, you can cover that floor, and that's okay. We can do that. In fact, probably could cover it better than you do in your house, because there's edges to wedge everything when you put cloth over it. So I mean, you can do that. I'm not worried about that at all. I got cardboard boxes to draw a template for the floor. That's going to be probably the first things I do. Tomorrow, as far as I know, I think insulation's coming in tomorrow. I've got a few things coming in. My vent fan will be in Tuesday or Wednesday. And I'm not even getting anything electrical until I get past the bed frame being built and insulation and walls and the ceiling. And then we're going to go from knowing the placement of everything, because that's where IKEA is going to come to play on the fixtures. I've always looking and measuring the desk and what kind of cabinets I'm going to use, measuring what width I need and how far it's coming out on this deal. And that'll all come to place, but just gonna stick to it one thing at a time here. I mean, I want to get that floor template drawn out and done, so when we get the plywood to do that, I'll be able to get that flooring in there pretty quickly. That's going to be real cool how that's going to come to play. We get the ceiling done. There's some tricky points on that. Any of you that have watched this that have built Promasters, you know that towards the, and I didn't really foresee this. All the times I've watched these builds, I didn't really foresee right at the front where towards the driver's cab, it goes up and there's tabs where the headliner's popped in. There's no frame line to put the ceiling to screw that into. So I'm going to have to figure a way to get furring strips to get that up there, that ceiling below the roof, as well as the back door. I've got a light there. I want to keep that light. I don't want to take that light out. Some people are taking it out and twisting the wires off. We're not doing that. No. I want all the lighting I can get in the options on that deal. So I open that door, I want to have some light pop on. I don't want to be pitch black trying to get in that van, because that van is it's dark when you get in it sometimes, and it'd be narrow, knowing where you're stepping. I don't want to, it gets like this in this RV sometimes. I open the door and I need to feel for the light. I mean, I know where the light switch is at, but so I want to keep that light. So that Luan panel, as thin as it is, I'll be able to have a furring strip off that back above the door, and then I'm going to curve it up. Because the cool thing about wool insulation is that, unlike fiberglass insulation, you can't compact it and squish fiberglass insulation. You kill the R value. Wool doesn't matter. You're good with that. Plus, you'll have that thermo liner barrier on there and all that together, so it's not going to hurt it at all. There's some tricky points, like right around that light and all that. I'm going to have to kind of cut some pieces, and I'm going to square off and kind of get that covered the best I can. But I've already accepted the fact that not everything's going to cover 100%. I've got vents to the side where my tail lights are and everything. That's vented for a reason. And I may stick a little wool down in there, but I've got to have that to access the lights. But it's venting, because you have to have proper ventilation in these vehicles, because you will have moisture. and that vapor and thermal barrier will back that off a little bit. So we're going to be getting on that. Anyway, from this point, I got to go actually take something back over to Kohl's to return to Amazon. I ended up getting a plus nut tool. It's one of those huge, almost a pneumatic plus nut tool, because it's going to be a lot easier to do than this little hand tool where I've got 2 wrenches and I'm doing that 100 times to get it in the wall. That pneumatic plus nut tool, you squeeze it one time, boom, it's there. It's just like an old rivet gun, but it's a pneumatic handle. I only purchased one. They sent me 2, so I'm going to send it back, so I'm sure they'll refund it, and if they see where there was 2 where I purchased 2, they'll refund me for that. But that's going to happen. It's actually not the first time it's happened with Amazon. But anyway, I will post further on what I'm doing more on this. It'll be cool. And I got to think to get my tripod, because I need to start filming some of the stuff that I'm doing. I don't have a real tall tripod, but I've got one that's tall enough that it'll capture some stuff. And regardless of that, it's just video. I'm going to just get on and kind of explain what I'm doing. Some of the stuff you've seen before, because it's stuff I've learned. It's videos that are already out there. Like drawing the template with cardboard, I've watched that on numerous videos. That's going to save your butt when you could go to take 3 sheets of plywood side to side, and you line them up and you lay that template. You draw that template with a Sharpie and you come around evenly with that jigsaw. It's going to make life so much easier. And thank God I don't have to cut walls over those wheel wells, because I'm keeping those panels that are already there. Those are going to be under my bed. You're not going to see them. Why do I need to get that looking all perfect? Those walls are already there. It's perfect. Pops in, plug and play, ready to go. I will, however, cover the wheel wells with the thermal liner and some insulation and sound barrier. I'm also going to build a small box over each wheel well, and I got to look on who's done that and how they've secured that to the vehicle. I'll figure that out. I will. It's a part of this crazy adventure. It's these little details, man, you got to get through. I got a few challenges, and we'll get to those here. One is going to be the AC system, and second is going to be when I get the counter in and getting the sink and the water pump, but that's not going to be as much as the AC system. My buddy Clancy's going to help me with that sink and all that stuff. He's good with that stuff. He's real good. Never thought I'd have to paint, but I'm going to have to do it. But I'm okay. I'm not unhappy about that. I'm good with that. I'll get a gallon of Kills mold and mildew proof primer for whatever that's worth, and how it works somewhat. I'm going to paint both sides of that, and then I'm going to take a good high gloss white, and we're going to paint those panels before we put them in, and they'll look good. I like everything white, and people go, I don't use everything white because white shows a lot of dirt. You got to clean your house. If you don't clean it, it's going to show dirt. I have to clean in here, and everything's light, and I'm sure it would show dirt. You get a lot of dust in here quicker than you do your house, because your vehicle's constantly opening up and coming through vents when you're driving. Stuff you can't control, my friends. That's a whole part of this adventure. Living in a van life, baby. So, if you guys are hip for it, and it's another channel to follow me on this journey. Be more than just building this van. I got some traveling to do, and we'll see you on the next video. Be cool.